Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on whole lot near Felmer. Between them, we got Refero, fighting here for King Country, the Commonwealth. The 7th Armoured Division versus these, we got Torano, fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 107th Panzer Brigade, with mechanized assault elite troops and mobile defense, triple infantry versus Refero's special weapons, mobile assault and vanguard doctrine. We got a double pioneer stay for Torano by allowing him to seize more territory in the early game. Refero here going for a double section start, allowing him to get more sections out. And bolster. Right, straight here for the nations again. The northern compartment on the Holotny Felmer is quite important due to the way it sort of controls access to the fuel point. If you control this, you can sort of pretty much sort of pressure this one. If you don't control it again, your opponent can sort of hit it. So like it sort of controls a lot there, and that's it tends to be very important in part because of the way the house is placed makes it really difficult to get out for the Western player. So generally most players will actually rush here around here for the fuel point right away, because otherwise everything else in the north becomes a lot more bloody difficult. We got Bartway going around here, the Rauch and Schlepper Ost. We got troops heading southwards, first winding off, point grabbing territory. That'll probably be another gun in this for Torano, maybe a sniper? Could be, but of course it's simply super occupied with barbed wire stuff, who knows. Third section out there for Refero. Section getting the pioneers who desperately cling to the Rauch and Schlepper Ost there for cover. The Rauch and Schlepper Ost, by the way, tractors were made for the eastern front to help to stuff through there. Some were in fact converted to tank destroyers, in which case we'll have a large wooden platform mounted on them with a Pack 40. Fun fact. We got a single grenadier squad there for Torano, so no snipers. Sam has been tossed down there in the middle of the road to help secure the munitions point here, grab the southern fuel point. So continue to grab the point here and swirling back towards the house, deciding this is not going to be worth it for Refero. That would just be a waste of time, and obviously doesn't want to waste time, so I think that makes sort of sense there for him. Point being secured, this section standing about. We got a third grenadier squad here for Torano, so double pioneers, triple grenadiers so far versus triple section into Vickers for Refero. He's going to need some infantry, going to need some... There you go, shots fired. Alright chaps, you see the hands, aim for the heads and shoot. Well, they're well helmets. Most helmets aren't actually bulletproof. They might occasionally glance your shot off, but most of the time they'll go through, so just shoot. Up north here, going to leave the pioneer support pushing in, section falling back, having grabbed the victory point. Third grenadier squad also being dispatched north of the tier by Torano and the 107th Panzer Brigade. As for the Refero, he's rapidly taking up. You can see here with the platoon command post going up, no bolted sections. Shots being fired there, can't TKs here as the Lee Enfield wielding infantry section members falling back towards heavy cover, so in which case if he pushes forward here, it's going to be exposed here or here. Either way, the section should be able to get up for good hits and win the engagement. Section moving up, got the section here. Oh, back to up. There we go, straight to the grenadiers. We'll probably rush for the house again as soon as he tries to do anything. There we go. Nothing further here happening for Torano. No take up, no machine guns, mortars or additional grenadiers. As for Refero, hard to say what he's planning about. The pioneers drawing fire here, allowing the grenadier sector to flank up behind them. Very good move here by Torano, but looks like in this case Refero spotted. Oh, just had a suspicion that he would do that either way. Getting caught out in the open, this grenadier pushing in the pioneers. This is providing counting fire. The grenadier should have, I think, the upper hand here. There we go, forcing a retreat. Up here we got nothing going on there for Refero, despite having rushed ahead for the tech. He's not really doing anything, and there you go, 4th grenadier squad. So it looks like Torano here is planning a tier 3 Wehrmacht rush, which again is very popular. And if you want to know more about it, I actually made a video about it here recently for the Propagandacast layer. You can find it there under that playlist. You just search for it. Anyways, we got pioneers putting in, got the Vickers moving in here, trying to avoid a rather incendiary fate because flamethrower pioneers there with their Flammenwerfers. But there you go, Refero here basically utterly outmaneuvers Torano and goes straight for the cutoff point, completely catching Torano off guard there. Very nice move. In this case, he's forced to retreat the Vickers, but I would say this is a very strong move here by Refero. But it does have one particular flaw, which is it leaves this himself cut off. So it's not flawless, but I certainly like the sort of spirit behind it. But right now he's suffering under the fact that, well, Torano's just got more moving on from the field. He's got 3 sections, 1 Vickers versus 4 grenadier squads, 2 pioneers. Or basically, he's got 33% more things he can move about in the battlefield than Refero. That will allow him to control the battlefield better. So very good. There we got elite troops here for Torano. Fits very well with the heavy grenadier build. We got no take up. Again, it's starting to look more and more like a tier 3 rush here though from Torano. We'll have to see how much you can make use of it though. Again, the part of the tier 3 rush strategy is of course you do it fast. You rush. But there you go, section pushed back by the pioneers. The Grenadiers successfully defending the fatherland's vital field supplies for ground the northern one. I mean, right now Torano's being well set up there. 40-3 rush versus Refero. Of course, we'll have to see if we can then handle it. Refero there going for a 4th section. The 7th Armoured found himself taking a bit aback by those hands. Good lord, I thought they were supposed to be on the defensive. Well, the thing about the Germans is they like to attack under all circumstances. They consider the defensive to be a temporary state. Why, you're not. See, now, I've just been reading up on military, documents, stuff, doctrine. Trying to ensure I don't get shot too hard. Anyways, Grenadiers pulling in, they probably pop a concussive grenade. There we go, straight through the window. It's always surprising how well they can always just throw a grenade and not hit the wall. Obviously, game-wise, that'd be really frustrating, but, technically that would probably happen at times in war. And just someone tosses a grenade and then, shit, it hit the wall. And yes, doesn't do as much as it could have. Upon they've been secured, Grenadiers holding up. They've got a mortar there for Torano. That's a pretty heavy tier 1, and again, really smells like a tier 3 rush here. We got bolter section out here for Refero. We got tank special weapons, which means tank hunter sections. He's clearly, I think, also beginning to sort of smell what's cooking. And it's not Wiener Schnitzel. So there we go. Section there, engaging the Grenadiers. Refero very much in the defensive here. I mean, basically, Ultimate would look like initially a smart move. Has completely backfired on him. Can see most of the map here, partly because, again, Torano's just got more moving elements on the field. I mean, he's got more squads, which can just basically translate some more chess pieces, meaning he can control a large part of the board. That's basically the problem here for him. In this case, the Vickers being more aggressively is going to help somewhat, but even then, Refero needs to regain the northern field point as fast as possible, because otherwise he's going to be falling way too far behind Torano here, who definitely needs to be taken up as fast as possible and push out his armour before Refero can hit, because the thing to keep about the Brits is they have the smallest tech core, so they're also the ones basically most capable of pushing out for medium armour. So if Torano isn't careful, Refero could just have a small chance to be able to push out medium tanks anyways. But there you go, take up for Torano. That'll be the Suprema Corps and then some Panzers. Or the Panzer. We've got section moving in here. Noting some players, of course, like to go grenades if they go for like a infantry build heavy like this for Refero. But again, considering how far behind he is on fuel, I think he's going to want to go for grenades. Oh, nice grenade here though, by the way. Catch the section off guard, forced retreat, heavy damage inflicted. Very nice flank there by Torano. Very nice flank. Need to get the Vickers up there to help defend the fuel point that he's just reclaiming. In the south section going for the victory point there. Lots of manpower floating. He's not been doing that much heavy damage. He can't like to push for the tank hunter section. He'll probably going for some to again just help counter whatever army he's anticipating. Right there, he's being shot at from several sides. Got the Vickers opening up here, trying to as much as causing as many casualties on Torano. And seeing the 107th Panzer Brigade launch itself at Refero's lines. There you go. Sections being flanked by the Grenadiers, but now they can counterattack, push them off the field. Back here, troops reinforcing, sending out. Sappers on the way there for Refero. Surprisingly, hasn't gone for more of those. Again, flooding too much manpower, just going for another Vickers. I think another Vickers here would actually been pretty great for Refero. More map control. And there you go, tank on the section out. So all of a sudden it's gone from not too many pieces to a lot more pieces. He's got about 5 sections plus a sap and the Vickers compared to 4 of these 2 pioneers and the mortar. That's sort of roughly the same number, though of course Refero's pieces are now a bit more maneuverable than Torano's. So should have a better chance of pushing through, plus he's been better now harassing the south against Torano, forcing him to dispatch a pioneer squad and a mortar. In the meanwhile, Tech of Stalin needs to build a support comp as fast as possible here against the Refero. Now the Refero is striking back a lot more viciously and putting up much more of an actual fight. Torano could consider popping in some stormtroopers here, but likely won't, I suppose. Also, he needs the calf point back here, Refero. In the south section, push back here the pioneers mortar combo. Trying to wire off, but that didn't quite work. Got telemarks down there for Torano. Very good. Sehr gut. Meine Herren. And there you go, against that support core and then not be too off from any armor. In the north section of his Grenadiers, already low on health, depleted.
We're losing a capture point.
Repulsed by the Germans. We got a few G-foot feet going out here for Torano and the 107th Panzer Brigade. One of the few Panzer Brigades to actually not shortly after be disbanded or merged into unit, but actually upgraded into a full division. In this case, it was the 16th Panzer Gunner Division. I think it was actually 18th reconstituted as, or fully upgraded into. We got a second Vickers on the way there for Refero, so he's finally going for more, though again he could have gone for some sooner. And he should also just, try and push tanks as fast as possible before, he gets clobbered by Torano's panzers. And there goes upon the call almost done here for Torano. Deutschland. Mines in the centre here, very good spot by Refero. Section was going to do here.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Poor Jürgen immediately stumbles over, taking a few too many bullets to the gut, and there you go. Nice concussive grenade there, but only a temporary reprieve against the Tommies as more numbers arrive, forcing a full retreat here for Torano, unable to stem the Tommies. Sometime before the Refero can take up, he might have to go for an anti-tank gun first. I mean, he's only got a pair of anti-tank rifles to stop the tanks, and that's pretty optimistic to actually do so. Grenades for the sections here. Grenade off. I'm not entirely sure using this ship. This is more of a machine gun ship since there's only really 2 windows you can shoot from, so the rest of the base is just having a nice smoke and maybe a cup of tea.
Reinforcements are ready. A supply carrier and weapon sections are available.
I mean, if they're off just pushing in the other section out, he just do some damage inside some of the cover. Torano can go for the Panzer 4, should do so, and there you go. Panzerkampfwagen feeling mobilized there for Torano, for Deutschland. Die Panzerwaffe. But Refero again, with all the sheer numbers there's actually getting to push back the field quite aggressively against Torano. Again, was straight pushing forward through it, and without machines really stalled there, has left himself vulnerable to once Refero began doing this. But in this case, he was lucky that Refero, I would say, was somewhat slow and actually really getting going with this. I'll wait, take up this almost done, but it's going to take him time for him to push out any tanks.
The company command post is finished and ready for use.
He's definitely going to need an anti-tank gun. All Torano's going to have to drive around his Panzer like your grandmother drives her car, which is terribly. Come on, Gran! We got Poland to invade! Get moving! Anyway, section moving in from the north and getting the Grenadiers here. Pioneers Grenadiers setting out, and we got the Panzer 4 out there for Torano. Panzerkampfwagen 4. The section attaining there, tank hunter section not the best move, and we got grenades out there. I mean, that's going to help a lot of the sections, except against the tanks. Tanks aren't exactly known for being hugely intimidated by grenades unless they go on the inside, which is generally a bit difficult to pull off. Unless someone forgot to close the hatch properly. So right now, Refero here, while quite suited for dealing with the infantry, and of course could still do a lot of damage to Torano that way, is in a bit of a tough spot when it comes to the tank. He's got a pair of anti-tank rifles, but he is going for the 6-pounder gun there, which is good. But he's in control of the map now, which is certainly very strong, and he's certainly making it very difficult to use his infantry because, again, he's got 2 Vickers, he's got a lot of infantry sections, which are tough, and he's got grenades. I mean, Torano in this case might have to go for Stormtrooper with assault rifles or Panzer Grenadiers because his Grenadiers will struggle against this, in particular if he's not prepared and gets hit by a grenade. That could really result in some wipes in favour of Refero. So Refero here, basically swinging back hard, again, once he just begins spending his manpower properly. Got the Panzer 4 rolling ahead, pretty fearless at that. He's not worried about mines, which he probably should be a bit. 6-pounder gun out there for Refero. So named because, well, the shot of fire weighs 6 pounds. That's basically the British system. It worked by the weight of the shell. Fun fact. Big push into the South Gundese Pioneer.
Capture point is being overrun.
Come on, Ludwig, show us Tommies for fun. I said hit them, Ludwig. I don't miss them. But how do I show them? It's a figure of speech. Just kill them, you dumb sick schnapps.
Trouble trying to take one of our points.
Panzer 4 rolling ahead, going for the section which is caught out in the open, is quite expediently exposed to some heavy casualties there by the Panzer 4. Up north, grabbing the victory point there, claiming it back from the Tommy. Sex pushing the mortar here. Rather poor position, I think, the mortar by Torano, to be honest. Sex moving in the 6-pounder gun following up. He can soon go for another piece of armor. Definitely should aim for that as soon as possible. I think a light machine gun, at least, that would be also for grenades against all these sections. As the increase being bolted, the light machine gun simply just does more damage, and he's not going to exactly be running at them anyway. So it should be, I think. Oh, he's gone for the machine gun though. That's a good move. Would have benefited a lot from it sooner, but you know, better late than never. Better late than never. The motto of the Luftwaffe, I guess. At least by this stage of the war. section attacking from here. And again, a good flank with a grenade can be really impactful versus Torano. It's going to make it much harder to protect the established defences because, again, one section sneaks in, gets in a Mills bomb, he's going to be in trouble. There we go, man. Occupy that. There you go. Grenade off in return. Oh! Dodges that one, and then they get back in. Bit of a silly game there. Section trying to push through the south. Gunadisi holding the tank. 100 still one section. They've got the Panzer 4 opening up. 6 pounding gun, the premium and Panzer 4 moving ahead. They could smoke it or more to the position around here. That would be a bad spot. But our 8 section almost being taken up by the Gunadis. Low in health is going to try and move in front of the house here. To the other side of the door to that way to increase the chances of getting a wipe. There we go. Low in health. Can he get it? Might just be able to do it. Might just be able to do it. Get away. So close. Gunadis pulling here straight into the mines in the south. We got Gunadis engaging the section. Panzer 4 rolling ahead. Straight into... Oh, barely hits the... Avoids the mine. There you go. Hits the 6-pounding gun. Falls back. Pops smoke. Avoids the mine again. So close there. Very close. Pioneers, I think, just got snuffed out there by Refero and the 7th Armoured Division. The Deseret Pioneers then hit off the mine. And there you go, hitting the northern fuel pump of the Gunadis. You'd forgotten all about that, perhaps just as on purpose stashed away. More Pioneers to replace the ones lost, and 8 Panzer 4 there for Torano. As for Refero, he's able to go for the Cromwell soon. Of course, he might plan for a Firefly, or even Comets here. I mean, Refero right now does have a serious option here versus Torano. We'll just have to see which ones he goes for. There you go, Pedro in 17th section trying to move in. Alright, who brought the anti-tank grenades? I just brought regular ones. Good heavens, Terry. How are we supposed to deal with the tanks then? Second Panzer almost done. And 6-pounding gun moving down. Like to deal with that Hun tank. Once we're taking up position in that shed. Again, not really the best shed for infantry to use. I mean, again, it's more of a machine gun shed. More of a machine gun shed. When it comes to structures, generally you want more windows for infantry. The fewer windows it's more suited for machine guns. I mean, light machine you sort of get away with, but just this isn't good. And there you go. Bomb off. And wipe the entire unit to try to escape. Got through there by Refero. Bit tactical mistake there by Torano, which Refero was able to exploit, causing a full wipe there. Cromwell away there, but again, he's got 2 Panzer 4s. That will be, I think, a noticeable arm advantage here for Torano. Right now, they're basically on each other end of the map, which is less efficient. Mortar screen here, or smoke screen would have been good. He actually been pushing forward through there. Didn't have it. Tank section up the Panzer 4. Some light damage inflicted. Nothing too serious there for the Panzer 4 to deal with. Survive. 6-pounder gun moving, then the Panzer 4 on the south side of the section. Putting some pressure there on Refero across the map. And the centre there, MD42 wiped. Let's go there for Torano. Let's go for Deutschland. And there you go, Panzer 4 down to less than half health. Gun is trying to do with the cannon to recover the Panzerkampfwagen as it falls back to safer positions for repairs. But then they have to retreat themselves. You need to get more troops up here. At the worst case scenario, you might have to consider some stormtroopers to infiltrate in. Or the tank gunners end up retreating. Refero decides that is not worth it. Not worth it in a million years. Panzer 4 on the south on the move again. Pioneers moving in. Seizing territory. And there you go, Crom going for the Panzer 4. A nice coup there for Refero. A nasty loss there for Torano. Further punishing them for his mistakes with the Panzer 4 again for not working them together. Shot bounced. Panzer 4 penetrated. Second Panzer 4 moving in. Another penetrating hit there. The actual penetrating from the Cromwell, none from the Panzer 4. He's popped some smoke. And there you go. Gets it. Got the Panzer 4 moving in there. Crushing an outhouse in the process. And there we go. Panzer fast off. He should be able to finish off the Cromwell here. There's an anti-tank maps nearby. Shots fired. There we go. Good hit. Good hit. Almost finishing off the Cromwell tank here. And there you go. Down that goes. Leaving Refero short 1 tank.
The Huns have 300 points at the moment.
300 points left for Torano. In fact, less than that. You might want to consider Stooks or just go for another Panzer 4. Fuel caches could actually be an idea here for trying to that way supply with more fuel for armor down the road. As for Refero, fuel caches wouldn't hurt him either. That's for sure. There you go, another Mills bomb off here against the Pioneers, pushing away. They did also have the percussive grenade, the light number 69, which was made due to the fact that Mills bomb had apparently an issue with being a bit too good in terms of fragmentation. So they went for something a bit lighter there. In this case, they came up with a percussive grenade, which means it explodes when it hits something. Fun fact. Panzer moving in, this shoots, misses. Another MD-42 there for Torano to help control all of Torano's, or Refero's infantry. Not his own infantry, that would be a bit wrong. Refero able to go for another Cromwell. Of course, he might decide not to. Crushing the cover. They probably anticipate to mine. That means a pretty good spot to mine. There you go. Minesweeper spotting it too. Certainly confirming Torano's fears there. Section moving in there. And MD-40 being assaulted from several sides. We got grenades off there. Doing a bit of damage, taking the crew down to half health. Oh, he almost got the sappers there. That's going to be a pretty decent wipe there. And there we go, annihilate. Another grenade off. MD-42 needs to retreat. That is way too low on health. Way too low on health. Panzer 4 down to half health. Needs to retreat. Zurückfallen. Oh, scheiße. What are you doing, Torano? Another Cromwell for Refero and the 7th Armoured Division. Oh, mine goes off. Section bled out. Panzer 4 falling back here. And the MD-42 retreats as well, barely surviving, getting a wipe there on the sappers, leaving Refero now without any way of repairing his tanks until he replaces the lost sappers. Even then, he's going to be slower here than Torano, who has 2 Pioneers, which of course means faster repairs, which is good. Another tank hunter section. A curious choice at this stage when he's just lost his sappers. I think he'd be better off with well, more sappers to be honest, or caches. Just, I think tank hunter section at this stage doesn't make an awful lot of sense for Refero. Of course, I could be missing out on something. It just doesn't look particularly amazing. Solid. Another Panzer 4 there for Torano. Both players so far committing to medium armor and nothing else. Shooted here between the Vickers and the Grenadier. The Grenadiers are quickly losing out, sadly lacking the firepower to overcome this British devil machine gun. Panzer 4 desperate, need repair still. He shouldn't be sending that one in, but there you go. Cromwell assaulted due to the telemine. He might, I suppose, try and take it up, but there's a tank in the section which is going to prevent a pursuit there. My god, Tommies with anti-tank rifles, mate. They shouldn't be able to deal with 80mm armor, though. Complained to the Canadians about that once, they decided it was. Oh, scheiße, not again. But once those Canadians do. Got the Panzer 4 rolling in, the house collapses under artillery fire. Panzer 4 starting to flank here, the Tommies. And possibly take out the Cromwell there, going to the tank hunter section on the way. But bounced out as well, the Panzer 4 shoots and spectacularly misses. $231 versus $355. Not looking good there for Torano. There certainly seems some change in tactics there, I think. And of course, fixing up the Panzers. Section halted here by another MD-42. Veteran T2 as well in that one. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Preparing for the next big push. I mean, Torano can also soon consider setting up for a Tiger race, so I mean, that was sort of more like, you know, one last push, the finisher move here against the Refero. He had to go for that one. And there you go, fresh sappers out to repair the tanks. I mean, his tank repairs have been installed quite a bit there, which will give Torano's Panzer 4s more freedom of movement until then. Mortify continue to have an impact there on Refero's forces, grabbing the point here, slowly approaching the heartlands of the British forces in the sector. Trying to set off the mine there. They can't exactly see, they can't remember it exactly, so you can only attack ground and hope it sort of hits something. It's got a big push here. Panzer forces into fall back, provide more covering fire for each other. Tank hunter section advancing. Machine gun fire having an impact there. Almost got a section. Oh, Panzer IV caught out in them. It's got a bit stuck there due to pathing issues. Several anti-tank grenades going off, but the section themselves are suffering hits to the Panzer IVs. And he's going to find it out who were the tank hunters using his Panzer IVs. 6-pounder gunman, he's going to need to fall back with the Panzers. He's going to need to fall back, and he's only using one of the Panzer IVs, exposing his most veteran Panzer IV to it even. I would describe that as less good. And he's got no supporting infantry nearby, which certainly makes it a bit hard to sort of cover up properly. There you go, desperate escaping. You got the tank hunter section out in the open, negative cover, anti-tank grenade off, damaging the Panzer IV's engine there as well. Not good there for Torano, not good. And there you go, Cromwell setting in. This is pretty bad for Torano. In fact, this is pretty bad. There he goes, about to lose the Panzer IV. He's about to lose it. Pops smoke, falls back. Tries to escape. Penetrating hit there. Shoots, misses. Cromwell bounces. Back here, troops hitting, reinforcing. U42 versus section. Troops are hitting, reinforcing. Panzer Force actually managed to escape that one. That was pretty risky there for Torano, to be honest. Could easily gone horribly wrong. And right now he's still got the Cromwell to contend with, but he's got nothing to sort of really count it because both of his Panzer IVs are way too slow and also way too damaged. This, of course, is where having double pioneers, which will be beneficial to Torano in repairing his panzers. That is, in fact, will be quite useful. Big sweeping push here from Torano against Refero. It definitely looks like a Torano, I think, is trying to set up for the Tiger race to possibly try and finish off against Refero, who I don't think is expecting it. I mean, he could be preparing for it, but it might be he's actually forgotten his opponent's gone for elite troops. He's just seen the concussive grenades, and some players, I suppose, can end up in the situation and then forget about it, and then, oh, hey, Tiger race. So we'll see what happens here, but Refero probably needs to invest in some Fireflies to have a chance here. Because Torano, I think, is going to set up here for an Armoured Fist finisher. With double Panzer Force and a Tiger Ace. A good enough assault could definitely, I think, unhinge Refero entirely and win the fight. Because right now Refero is not particularly prepared. Like, he's got some anti-tank sections, he's got the 6-pounder gun, the Cromwell, but I don't think it's going to be enough to sort of stop a well-handled Tiger Ace supported by 2 Panzer Force and a nice mix of infantry. So this could go slightly wrong for Refero. Slightly. I could be wrong, though. Looks like he's actually able to steal the Vickers. That's pretty good there for Torano. Panzer's bring through the south here. Section repulsed. Up north, Cromwell moving in straight to the Vickers. He needs to grab some of the victory points. I mean, that's actually a big issue here for Torano right now. He's down to 150 versus the 355 for Refero. But he's clearly aiming for the Tiger Ace that he is moments away from calling in a mighty hero of Germany to shatter its way through the Allied lines. And Refero has just... well, he's laying down some mines to begin to prepare, I think, for the Tiger Ace. I think he's realising he's going to get hit by something really unpleasant. And if you can see that, Torano's clearing up mines. He's been, in fact, preparing for it. Setting up for a flank, using the Panzer Force, and then using the Tiger Ace sort of to strike from another angle. Very good. He keeps reinforcing now. Slightly delaying the Tiger Ace here. Slightly delaying. From the northern victory point. He's losing the southern one. Push for the centre being set up. S1's being laid down. I think that's a very good move. I think he should wait with a push on the centre victory. I mean, you can understand why he's doing it, but if he's going to then end up reinforcing the gun these anyways, he's just going to stall the Tiger Ace further, which again really seems to be his end game here. His plan. But there you go. We're very close there. We're very close. We're talking a few seconds and then calling the Tiger Ace. It's being obliterated as they try to get out, and they're going to retreating, still stole the victory point, and there we go. The ace has arrived.
They're trying to take it.
Deutschland. Sending out their telephone pole dangling off the tag race. So if I called in the multi-machine gun position. Tag race shoots, penetrates the Cromwell's armour. Refero's not prepared. I think he's actually planning for the crocodile himself. So he's going to find his plan is a bit delayed due to the person of the ace. Panzer IV rolling out with sections running about here. Panzer wing got the take strike. There we go. Big assault here from Torano. Big assault. Several vectors of attack. Very good. Need to keep choosing up support too. Going here for the anti-tank weapons and the infantry and the armour. Misses the anti-tank gun. Cromwell taking a hit there. Cromwell taking a hit. 6-pounder gun. Missed. Ace misses as well here. There you go. Almost got the Cromwell. There you go. Down it goes. Down it goes. 6-pounder gun is next. 6-pounder gun is next. Got a tank on a section nearby. But if we can destroy all of this, he's going to win. There you go. 6-pounder gun is down. Crocodile called in here by Refero. But it might be too late here. And certainly not enough against the ace. Not against Germany's finest. Trying to recruit. There we go. Recruits it. Flares popping. 6-pounder gun wiped again. Infantry getting obliterated here by Torano's armoured fist of the fatherland. Slaughtering the Tommies like rats in a barrel. Or something like that. Anyways, there you go. Just obliterating everything Refero's got here. Rushing for the centre victory point with everything's going on. Hitler's being murdered there, but in the base, there you go. Refero surrenders, crushed, and seemingly completely caught off guard by the tag race. Had he expected that, I don't think he would have gone for the crocodile. He would have gone for a firefly. He would have gone for something that could do more damage to the ace. So right here, Refero, I think, made a wrong call or forgot what he was up against and got destroyed. An interesting fight here. Torano initially doing well. Refero bouncing back quite hard due to, again, the British just being really, really tough. But then flubbing a bit about him by going for the crocodile, underestimating his opponent's tenacity, and of course his ability to go for the tiger race. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If you like what I do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. I do try to do this for a living, so every little bit helps. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. Bye.